welcome back to my channel, Dallas's Eagle Nest. Today, I'm going to ask y'all a question. Is our favorite Muggle, Jacob Kowalski, really a Muggle? Or was he a squid? That's got me thinking, right? So, if you've ever seen the Fantastic Beasts movies, you will know that there is a character named Jacob Kowalski. Now, he was not supposed to know about the wizarding world, but because he walked into the bank and met Newt Scamander and saw Newt Scamander do all his magic and he had his egg that hatched, then he found out about the wizarding world by mistake. Now, he was able to see all this. Now, a regular Muggle would not be able to see what he saw. Now, he was supposed to be obliviated, but unfortunately at the end of the movie, it didn't take. He was supposed to, but it didn't take. Now, the reason I bring up Jacob Kowalski, whether or not he was a Muggle or a squid, because there are certain things that happened throughout this series that just didn't make sense to me. Number one, why was he able to see Newt Scamander's animals if he wasn't just a Muggle? If he was just a Muggle, he would not be able to see them. He even said, I don't have the brains to make this up. I'm not smart enough. Then, in the last movie, they talk about how he was supposed to be obliviated, but it didn't take. Now, if he was really a Muggle, y'all, it would have taken, and he wouldn't have been able to remember anything. Now, when he met Lally, she actually performed a spell near him on one of her cousins. And she done it in front of the Muggle, Jacob Kowalski, and he knew about it. He saw it. So if he was really a Muggle, he wouldn't have been able to see that either. Then he gets to visit Hogwarts. If he was a true Muggle, he would have not been able to see Hogwarts. Actually, it would have looked like an abandoned building to him. That's what it's supposed to look like to Muggles. But because he could see it, and he actually went inside Hogwarts, and he actually saw the Great Hall, and he actually went into the room's requirement, and he was able to see certain things that Dumbledore done, then that makes me think he was more than a Muggle. My other question is, if they make more movies, are we going to see that he was a squid and not just a Muggle? Or is Queenie Goldstein, spoiler alert, becomes his wife, is she going to find out he wasn't really just a Muggle? I don't know. We'll have to see if they make another movie. But that would be interesting to know. Is he really a Muggle? Or was he a squid? My opinion is he is a squid because he knew too much. He saw too much. He was able to see more than a regular Muggle would be able to see. He was able to know what a portkey was when she pulled out that book. And when Lally pulled out the book to open it up to get him to the train to meet Newt Scamander again. He knew right away what that was. He knew, Jacob knew about all the stuff that was going on that a Muggle shouldn't have known, but he did. So that makes me wonder, was he a Muggle? Was he a squid? Or was he something more? Time will only tell if they make another movie. Now, honestly, I believe he was a squid, but I'd like you to know in the comments below what y'all think. Was he a squid? Is that why he could see things? Maybe his parents were witches and wizards. Maybe it was his grandparents that was a witch or wizard and just never said anything to the family. And maybe if once he got married to Queenie, maybe she pulled that out of him. But we don't know because all we saw was them getting married. So maybe we'll see more. Also, another item that I considered when I thought about whether or not he was a Muggle or a squid was the fact that he knew when Queenie was mind reading him. A regular Muggle wouldn't have known that at all. He knew what a legitimist was. He knew that stuff. If you're a Muggle, you wouldn't know what that was. But he did. So that makes me think he is more than a Muggle, that he was a squid, and that he just didn't know it until he met Newt Scamander and Tina and Queenie and Dumbledore. I believe the reason Dumbledore also gave him a fake wand, which it was a real wand, but it just didn't have a core in it, it didn't have the power in it, is because he knew that Jacob knew how to control it and what to do. And I believe that if time will only tell, if they make another movie, I believe that Jacob will eventually get a wand that actually has magic, because Queenie's going to recognize that in him and be able to help him control his magic, control everything. But who knows? If he is just a squid and doesn't have magical powers, he's still going to know what is going on in the wizarding world. He's going to know what his wife, Queenie Goldstein, is doing. And he's going to be able to go along with the wizarding world. So what is your opinion on that? Do you think he's just a Muggle that got lucky and got to see things that maybe a Muggle wasn't supposed to see? Or do you think he was a squid that maybe his family somewhere down the line was a witch or wizard and he just didn't get the powers? Me personally, I think he's a squid. But if y'all put it in the comments below, I'd love to hear from y'all. That was just an idea that I had, a thought I had. I was watching it and it just got me thinking, was he really a squid? Was he really a Muggle? Because he saw too much. He knew too much to not just be a Muggle. And the biggest thing was the fact that when they tried to obliviate him and wipe his memory, it didn't take. It never took. And he still remembered. In fact, he mentioned that he went to therapy trying to erase the memory. But the fact was, he didn't have a bad memory. It was just a weird memory he had. So he didn't know what it was. But it was just because it didn't take. The obliviation didn't take with him. Now, while the obliviation took for everyone else in New York, it didn't take on him. And he always thought about Queenie. So that makes me think he is more than just a Muggle. So in the comments below, I'd love to have a discussion with y'all. Do you think he's a squid? Do you think he's a Muggle that just got lucky? Or do you think he's just a Muggle and nothing else and he just got lucky? Love to hear from y'all. Also, I want to give y'all an update on my trip to the Universal. I have 25 more days. I'm very, very excited. Me and my husband will be taking off in 25 more days. And while we're gone, I will be vlogging. Just to give y'all a heads up, I will be vlogging my trip so you can see things that I see. And maybe I can drive by when we leave to see what the Epic Universe is up to. I know that they've been posting some pictures on how the new Wizarding World of Paris will look like. From what I can see, they are doing the Paris theme from the Fantastic Beasts still. I don't think they're going to stray from that, so fingers crossed. And in a couple more years, when they get it open, I'll be able to go and share it with y'all. But, you know, I'm very excited to be able to go back and share with y'all my trip. But, like I said, this video today was just something I thought about. I wanted to get y'all's opinion. Is Jacob Kowalski really a Muggle, or was he really a squid? Until then, y'all have a happy Harry Potter day.